And we are here. Hello, Internet. My name is Brett Salisbury. I am the GM of this lovely campaign replay called the Jinlari Saga. Every Sunday we play, roughly 9 o'clock. It depends on if I'm working or not. I want to say thank you, everyone who watches this, or to the people who play. I appreciate you guys taking the time to join me. Yeah. Pretty much, I play this game every Sunday with these lovely people. We nerd out, do stupid stuff, and I try to kill them. Or try to emotionally break them down a few times. So, anyone have any announcements for anything before I get my announcements out?
Go for it. I'll do mine after.
Okay. Long story short, we are at the end of the first major event for the Strangers Arena. I'm very excited. We actually have a top 5. We have more than, not just 5 players. We have, a lot of players. It's really cool. Currently, we have... Actually, I'm going to bring that whole list up. Currently, we have one of our friends, John Lynn. He is currently in first place, followed by Cody Hagley. Probably butchering these names up. Followed by Hawkeye Lynn, then, what is it? John, oh, no. It's, John, Cody, just messed up. Jesse, Brandon, and then I think it's Josh, our own little Kaz. Yeah, he's on the board. But yeah, the event will end at the end of midnight, well, 11:59 on the last day of the month, every month, and we'll start fresh next month. So, if you're interested in playing an arena-based combat campaign with really no story, join us up. We've even had Moxie play, Aaron play a little maze event, which they were not happy about, but it was still. So, besides that, we also have my Survive the End game, which we'll be doing not next week, but the week after. Always looking for more survivors to play that game. And it's a horror movie-based game, more story-related, but it's still pretty fun. Anyway, does anyone have any campaigns they wanted to announce? Projects they're working on? Charities they want to promote?
I'll do my piece now. No one else has anything.
Oh, you, buddy.
All right, cool. All right, guys. I do this every week. Excuse me. So I do this every week. I'm part of an organization called N22. We're based out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. We do a few things. Mostly what we're here is to bring awareness to the 22 veterans and one active duty we lose every day, PTSD and other things like that. Shit that, it's not combat, but just it eats you up. We help guys transition from service back to the civilian life. It's hard. We give them access to non-traditional means of treatment, shit that the VA doesn't help. Plus, we all know how shitty the VA is. And then we also give veterans in the community just, we're used to being part of a team, and it's hard going from that and being kind of on your own. So we give people just somewhere to be with other people. If you guys want to donate, it is a non-profit charity. I'm going to post some links in the Twitch and on here. Feel free to drop by. They have a Twitch stream team, and I believe today they're doing a charity stream. Not sure if it's going to be on after this, but I know it's been going most of the day. Feel free to check those guys out. It's a pretty big community. We all, most of us are active duty or veterans, or some of us just friends of. Yeah. I'm going to post those links. Feel free to give them a look.
Right. And to any active service member or anyone who ever participated in any type of military organization, You guys are awesome. And Dax, this goes to you too. I do thank you all for your service. I have a lot of friends, especially my own DM, that is part of the arena. And a lot of
I
my
actually
other
just
friends.
I actually just re-enlisted for 4 more years.
Really?
Yep.
Kick ass, dude. Are you trying to make it a
R.I.P.
career or just?
Thinking about it. I really like what I do, so.
And plus, you know,
4
you get to
more
nerd out once in a
years.
while too.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how many nerds are in the military.
No, I'm not surprised. I have friends that, like, seriously, out of my D&D group, there's the DM that normally DMs, Levi. He's ex-military, no, active, not active service, not reserve, but standby, I think is what it is. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Reservist?
I don't know. I'm horrible with this shit. I don't remember shit. But, yeah, a lot of the people I game with every other Saturday, actually every Saturday, are military, so I believe 100% when you say a lot of them are nerds.
Well, I didn't really realize it myself until I realized that every base I had been near had a very, very active game shop.
Yeah.
Like a hobby shop. Every single base has one.
Yeah.
Or 2. And it's full of nerds. All military.
Dax,
Playing Magic and D&D.
really
Yes.
quick though, did you want to make any announcements about your campaigns that you're running? And this also goes to Thule.
I have been incredibly busy and have not had time. I'm getting ready to go to the field for 2 weeks actually tomorrow.
Oh, no
So,
shit.
yeah, things have just been kicking my ass lately.
So
That's
you're
why
not
I
going
have
to
to
be here
wait.
next 2 weeks? For the next 2 weeks?
I am gonna miss next weekend, but I will be back for the weekend after that. It should be.
No worries. You guys know your personal life more important than the D&D game for me. But
yeah,
Thule, I remember you talking about last session that you have this campaign you run whenever you feel like it. Do you want to promote that, or do you want me to just keep going on?
There's no need. It's in its starting throes.
Okay. So before I get to explain what your new abilities are, and before we get to actually in the game, excuse me, Kaz, are you there? No, not yet.
I'm here.
Okay. Kaz, really quick, I need to know how much HP you got from leveling up to level 7.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Oh.
We'll get back to you. Briar.
I may have forgotten too.
Shit. Okay, you know what? Fuck that. Okay. You guys figure that out. I'm going to explain what your new abilities are. I'm actually going to start with Briar. So basically, at the end of the last session, the party, it was getting late, so I kind of sped through it, but I thought I wanted to do something epic for them and give them early access to their abilities they acquired. As you might not know, I gave each party member at the start of the campaign, except for Kaz, who came later, an item, a weapon, an object that will increase in power as they level up. So once they hit level 7, it sort of unlocked what I call like their finisher move. Pretty much your final limit, their limit break. I don't know what you want to call it, guys, but it's that. I gave the party members a blind choice, just giving them the title of their ability, and each party member chose. So Briar chose Path of the Black Ice. Now, this takes all the charges you have of your rapier to use. Each charge adds 6 seconds to the form's state. You increase your AC by 2, and you get 3 attacks per action. And what I mean by attacks is you can use your rapier's 3 prone attack if you had the... No, well, it depends on it, but you could attack 3 times in a row. You would add your charisma modifier to damage, And the only drawback with this is you cannot go in stealth while in this form. You can use it once per long rest. And that's it. That's pretty much it. But it basically makes you more. Briar goes berserk mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck my costume.
Hey, do you want me to just type out my stuff?
You can send it on Facebook, so I'll write it down when you guys are talking. But
Okay.
yeah, that's pretty much it. So there's really no other passive bonuses in this. This is more of just
Oh, there it is.
you're fully fucking black ice armor. You slash, like, it's crazy. And maybe down the road when you choose different paths, you might increase this ability more. Maybe. Who knows? All right, now
I'll
aggro.
send that stuff via Facebook.
You chose the path of the missile. This
Yep.
uses all the charges that you have on your hammer as well. Again, each charge used adds a d6, not a d6, a 6 seconds to your form. You get additional 10 speed per item level. So your item level should be level what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you can slam into targets. You use your hammer stats for the attack rolls and damage rolls. And in addition to all those rolls, you add your character level to the damage as bonus damage anytime you make a slam attack. So basically, you end up running into people, and your character level, if you hit them, you use your hammer stats to do the attack. In addition, you add your character's level as electrical damage. Fun little perk here. What's that?
Said nice. I'm just writing it all down.
Yeah. And again, you guys might be able to upgrade this better when you level up. Now, for Dax, you chose the way of the blaster.
Yes.
This uses all of the charges that you have currently in your revolver. You transform the revolver temporarily into a shotgun form. It has 2 shots in it, and you name a kind of elemental property that you have. So, say if you want to literally pelt your entire teammates with healing bullets, you say healing bullets, and you'll be able to fire 2, in a sense, fireball effects with that setup, with that elemental property you have on your revolver originally. You also get an additional shot. I'm not sure. Did we give you necrotic damage yet?
Yes, I've had that since the beginning.
Okay. Do you have acid damage yet?
No.
Okay. So you have a weird new shot. It takes, I think I said 4 charges for this. You add a d8 acid damage to your shot, and technically I already had it set up for necrotic damage, and then you do like a sort of darkness effect, but this is going to be more of an acid cloud effect. It'll be about a 15 by 15 cube of just like an acid cloud.
Okay.
Okay.
It's pretty neato.
It is. So, next.
You offered him acid at the same time you offered him healing. He took healing.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Now, Moxie.
See?
You chose the Way of the Wind. In addition to everything else, you get additional charge to your ring. But, same as the Way of the Missile and Way of the Black Ice, this will take all the charges you have in your ring, adding 6 seconds for each charge used. You go into what I call a Gale Dancer form. You have 5 feet of flotation, so you can literally be 5 feet in the air and float. you're able to form condensed blades of wind. They have a range of 200 to 300 feet. They're treated as a D8 dagger, plus your character's level and damage, and I guess you can say the force damage. Anytime you throw one of these daggers, you throw 2 of them instead of 1.
Basically, he made you game it.
Pretty much. Except for they don't explode, they just cut shit up.
Okay.
Kaz, you chose the way.
Hey, Brett, what's my movement when I float? You said I float 5 feet, but
Oh,
what's my movement speed?
it's the same. You're just able to actually float above stuff.
Okay.
Actually, hold on 1 second. I do not have my fucking dice out here. God damn it. Hold on, I'll be right back. I am a horrible DM.
You cannot wreck on that. You already said so. No take backs, please.
Hold on, I'm trying to be a little bit nice here. Ugh. Oh, God damn
Then
it.
don't take it back. Just let me have it.
You don't want any. Okay, fine. I was going to give you something extra, but fine.
Okay.
I was literally going to give you 10 more
Wait a
movement
minute
speed.
now.
But, you know, you said you don't want it. Okay. So, Kaz.
Yes.
Backtracking you. Actually, forward tracking you. So, you chose Way of the Dragoon. The main things that you need to focus on are you gain the ability to fly for 6 seconds. Same thing as before. Every charge that is expended, that is used when you activate this form, adds 6 seconds to your form. You grow wings of light, and you have a flight speed of double your walking speed. In addition to that, any weapon you have in your hand has this sort of light formed lance form out of it, and you're able to make ranged attacks with it. It's kind of short ranged attacks, only 60-foot range, but you basically are able to attack with this using the weapon's damage, like weapons rolls. So, in a sense, you're giving your weapon 60 feet or 60-foot range. For your damage, you'd also add your charisma modifier to the damage rolls. No. Where are you, motherfucker? Emily is not here. So I'll hold on to that. And then finally, Thule, you chose Path of the Way of the Storm. Swarm. Is it Path of the Storm? Way of the Wind. Shit. Path of the Wind. Path of the Swarm. I'm fucking this shit up already. Path of the Swarm. Alright. You can only, as most of these abilities, you can only use them once before a long rest. For you, you're able to form 2d4 bat or toad familiars. They are formed sort of like necrotic energy. In a sense, you make light bombs, hard light bombs. The bats have a flight speed of 50 feet, and the toads have a movement speed of 30. Whenever one of these bombs comes close to a target, it will explode. The explosion radius is 10 by 10 by 10. And for the damage rolls, the bats are 2d8. And the toad is 48. Now, in addition to that, on a natural 20, your Eldritch Blast from now on will ricochet and hit another target.
And when I do that, does that get rid of my Nietzsche blade charges, or no? Or is it separate?
That's separate. The charges are more for like Michi using his gift.
Your AC is 18, I believe, Kaz.
That was 19, I figured out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys like your new abilities. Took a bit to
It's-
figure it.
Half plate plus 1, whatever it was.
Okay. So Emily will not be joining us this session because I want to make sure, you know what's going on with her, guys. So I want to make sure she's better. I'll get with her later on to do some RP stuff for the game, but give me one moment. Okay. All right. So, last we left off, everyone, the wedding of Briar Stonefield and Alabaster Stranger sort of got interrupted by one of the gods. And then harpies and flying creatures started to attack the arena. The barrier went down. A giant malformed kraken, the sibling of the malformed kraken that Briar defeated before, attacked, and you guys kind of just felt this sudden urge, sudden wave of power rush over all of you, and you exhibited these strange new abilities that you have not unlocked before. And as a reward for everyone, even those who weren't here, because I'm being nice on this, everyone receives 5 campaign perk points. Everyone.
Yes.
Even those who weren't here, because you're going to need this shit. So,
Oh, you.
the stranger appears as soon as Briar grabs Alabaster by the waist and kisses her. And the stranger just looks up, and that's how you do a wedding! Snaps his fingers. The entire arena is in applause. You all are showered with fireworks, confetti. It's weird. You guys just fought for your lives for a moment ago, but the stranger looks so happy. You get the feeling that this is... something's wrong in this entire situation. The stranger was in a fight with one of his friends. He looked like he was hurt, but he's perfectly fine and celebrating. If you guys haven't realized, the stranger likes to put on a show.
Yeah.
After the audience calms down, the stranger goes out to his daughter. Alabaster, my dear, don't fuck up. Pats her on the head, goes to Briar, leans into next to your ear. I have to talk to you and your friends later on. It's massively important. Taps you on the head. To everyone who showed, to everyone who arrived, get the fuck out of my arena. And people start to leave the arena. There's chatter. You guys hear it. The bridge forms back up leading to the ship that you guys were on. I'm about to mute that fucking chat right now so we can actually do this without ding,
Ding.
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 Oh, goddamn.
Ding.
So,
Shut up, dude.
Alabaster and Briar are led away. Everyone else is still on the ship. There's still food. You guys can eat. You can stay in the ship. You can basically do whatever you want right now, but the stranger is slowly making his way back to the arena, and the lights start to dim in the world. There's an after party to go to. You guys are more than welcome to join that. Or, if you want to get back to your world, the option's still there too.
Leave.
Wait, the reception is the after party?
Yes. I say it's an after party because it's the stranger.
I obviously have to go. It's my wedding. I've got to go to the reception to say hello to my new family.
Okay.
Leave.
So, is anyone joining Briar for this reception, this after party?
Well, I guess we gotta. I guess.
Even
Don't
though I'm
stop
not
being
all the
aggressive.
alcoholic, I can speak for the rest of the party. Oh, twist our arm. Booze.
Heffalump appears. Alright, listen. I was ordered to tell you to, before arriving at the party, please go to the stranger's office. He needs to talk to you, blah, 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 bullshit.
See, there's always something.
And Heffalump, in his grumpy ways, flies off. And by the way, I want to say thank you guys now because you have permanently influenced that entire character's race in my arena. Heffalump for a thing. So,
I'm trying to convince him to let me make one a playable race.
oh my god. But, you all get changed. You all do your things. And the reception starts kicking in. Alabaster's nowhere to be found. Like always. She likes to disappear if you guys haven't noticed. And what do you guys do? Do you want to go to the reception, talk to the stranger, or go home?
Apparently, we're supposed to go to the office like bad kids at school.
What if we just, don't?
When has that ever worked out for us?
Never. Nothing ever works out for us. We're fucked either way. We might as well have fun.
Yeah, I want to get drunk before we go and try and.
See, I got one person to agree with me.
For the progression of the plot.
Okay.
When have you ever cared about that?
So you guys are going to the reception? To the party?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Moxie's gonna dip out and go to the stranger's office.
God damn it, Moxie.
That's Moxie. So who? Okay, Moxie's going to talk to the stranger. Who else is talking to the stranger?
Wow, now you're gonna get us in trouble.
I would never do such a thing.
You're such a little snitch.
Wait. Did the stranger tell any of them that you wanted to see him after the fight? Because he whispered in my ear. He didn't whisper in anyone else's.
Heffalump told you guys.
Oh, fucking Heffalump. What a bitch.
What a bitch.
Well, if nothing else,
He
there
said he wants to see us after the fight. Technically, even if we go to the reception, we're still going to be seeing him after the fight.
Just let me enjoy my no more having my own last nameness.
That's what I'm doing. You guys go enjoy the party. Moxie will go negotiate on the behalf of the team.
I don't trust you in the
I don't
slightest to
trust
do
that one bit.
Right.
But I'm not going to tell you. I'm just ducking out and doing it. Do you want me to make a stealth check?
You don't want to dance with me?
Wow.
Moxie is...
At my own reception?
The maid of honor, and she's dipping out. Wow.
Yeah, the maid of honor is leaving.
Speech.
I'm still here.
I would have normally wanted to conduct business, but shit, I look at Briar as a daughter. Some sort of emotional integrity. At least you know where you stand, Briar. You know where she stands.
Okay, so Moxie, are you obviously going out, or are you trying to stealth your way out?
Like I said, I'll duck my way out if I really have to, but I'm just gonna go to the stranger's office. I'm not gonna sit there and yell and go, "Bye, everybody! I'm out of here!" No, she just when
Okay.
they all turn the corner, she doesn't turn the corner and keeps on going.
All right, so you arrive. You all were heading towards the reception, but you kind of just dodged, like, dipped the rest of them, and you find the nearest Heffalump. And this
Yep.
Heffalump, you walk up to him. Can I help you?
I need to go to the boss's office. I was told that we were supposed to go directly there, so I'm doing as I was told.
You see this list appear in front of him, like out of poof, like out of nothing. Can I get your name?
Moxie, the Magnificent.
Oh. The scroll disappears. It's you.
Yes, it's me.
There were supposed to be 6 others with you.
They had to all go to the bathroom at the same time.
Can't even sit
really
up with a
then?
straight face.
Make a deception check.
Oh god.
Here we go.
Okay. Come on, don't screw me today.
That's not bad.
Well, damn.
So, you put on this adorable Moxie's line through her teeth, but no one else will see through it, face, and she's like, fine. I guess some weird creatures do weird things. Follow me, as you see this doorway form out of a wall. And
Were you going to have him roll the stealth?
No, there's no stealth roll. That was a deception roll.
No. I meant when he was to see if any of us noticed he left.
No. I mean, you guys are more focused on the party. Moxie's just like, I'll talk to the stranger, and left. I mean, so, Moxie, you go through this door with this Heffalump, and you start walking up a flight of stairs. You see different pictures, portraits of different champions. You see the stranger's children, his wife, his horrid mistresses. He doesn't like to tell his wife about, but they're plastered around the wall. A couple
That's
strange.
very tasteful.
Yeah, mind you, the stranger is a complete imbecile and very flamboyant and very doesn't give a fuck, but does what he wants.
He's nice and charming, okay?
He has his moments. So, you walk up the stairs and you see a statue of the stranger, all Buddy Christ. You know, thumbs in the air, just
Okay.
looking forward.
Yep.
And Huffalump is like, I need you to sign this contract stating you, whatever you see in this room, you will not reveal to anyone else outside this room in forfeiture of your own life.
Sign with a finger. Then it's not binding. I mean, what?
All
So
you
I
have to
like-
do is press your hand on the scroll to agree.
Okay, sure. What can it hurt? And she'll put her hand on the scroll.
Okay. Roll me a Constitution save. You feel this sudden sharp pain as 1,000 little needles, feels like 1,000 little needles, pierce your hand. As you pull your hand away, there leaves a bloody imprint. You take 2 points of piercing damage from this.
Okay, so I still have like liquid blood on my hand.
Yes. Your hand is bleeding.
Okay. I'm gonna draw a smile on my face as I continue past the statue, I guess.
There you go. You go into the room, and you see more figurines of the stranger all over the place, more stacked. Very full of himself, all over this room. And then you see this small, wrinkled old man just using one of those blowtorches on another statue. It's made of metal. He's trying to work on the metal.
You're a sculptor?
Aye! Crap! Crap.
That is so
He takes his hat.
cool.
He takes a hat, puts it over his head, and changes his form into the stranger. Welcome. Ignore that pesky immortal that was. You didn't see anything, right?
Ignore the man behind the curtain. Yeah, what? No. Really?
Yeah.
That was... You do all this art? You are so cool.
He takes the head off and shrinks down back to his normal form. Okay, you signed the contract, right?
Yes, I signed your contract.
Good.
She'll hold up her
yeah,
hand
I'm
and
the
point to her
stranger. You can
face.
call me Narius.
Okay, Narius, what's up?
Nanarius.
None, Narius?
Yes.
Okay.
Where are your other party members? I need to talk to them.
They all decided that Briar's send-off was a little bit more important, so they sent me in good faith.
Okay. Well, I had a message from Briar's father to give to her because obviously he can't leave his area.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, he was in trouble last night, what I remember.
No, you. Tavish didn't explain to Briar why he can't leave the Heartlands anymore.
I remember he got in trouble with the bounty head of the Gabriella because she said he couldn't leave his house or something.
Okay.
And his wife kicked him out.
He
So
snaps his fingers.
was-
The stranger snaps his fingers, and a chair forms underneath you, kind of pushing you onto the chair. All right. Since Briar's enjoying herself, I'll pass this knowledge on to you, and you can reveal it if you want. I don't care. I'm
Okay.
fulfilling my promise I made to her father 20 years ago. How old is Briar actually again? Briar, how old are you?
26.
30 years ago. He made a promise 30 years ago. If any of Tavish's children ever joined my arena, if I had a child available, I'd marry them to the child. That's what Tavish wanted, and that was a prize. Tavish is soul-bound to the Heartlands. He cannot leave the Heartlands unless he is willing to die. He will instantly die if he leaves the area of the seal's influence. That's the reason why he's not here. So, the stranger, Minari, pulls up a box, places it in front of you, Moxie. This was a gift from Tavish. I was able to proclaim a couple days ago, and it's his sort of wedding gift to his estranged, long-lost daughter.
I bet you it's a bottle of alcohol.
It's actually a long wooden box carved with symbols of the sea, of storms, and it seems like it was actually hand carved. There's a family crest actually on the box, and a note sort of tied on a ribbon for her.
Okay. So, what else is up? That's cool and all. She'll get it. But
Okay.
you acted like this was important.
It was. I made a promise to you guys, and I kind of, as you can tell, I have to put on a facade of entertainment for the arena, and I really just like to build stuff. But the entire assassination plot was technically not really real. He snaps his fingers, and the two assassins that you followed, or that Chet met up with, appear from the appear from like 2 doors behind him. These are my personal assistants, a few of them, and her life was really never in danger. I just like a good show.
Okay, you know that you guys got duped on the talisman that he supposedly gave him.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
He cheated on.
I know. Chet's talisman only
Okay,
works on his world, to believe it or not. So, even here,
I wanted to take it off of him, but
yeah,
I missed my chance.
it's fine. It's fine. Next time you come back to the arena, you can have another chance. Oh,
Ooh, that might be fun.
that would be. I would definitely like to set that up. You see, like there's actually a gear on the side of his head that starts to turn, and his eyes start to glow with like ideas. It's pretty cool. But no, I made a promise to you guys, even though I was going to do this anyway because your world's kind of important. You know
Okay.
your world has a thing with gods, right? Gods are not allowed to step on the land itself.
No, gods aren't real.
I'm a god.
Okay, well, no, you're just a really cool little old wrinkly guy, but
He
so
for a
people with
moment,
deific powers can't step on our plane. Is that it?
gods cannot step on your plane for certain reasons. I cannot tell you why, because certain things are bound, even transdimensional. But I can provide you things to help out to a degree. He produces another set of boxes for you, 2 boxes, places on the gift. One of these boxes is a key to opening up something important for you guys. The next is a just in case, because I can't tell the future, but I can predict it pretty well. If that makes any sense.
So, pretty much, if everybody is screaming, "Oh shit!" open this box and hunker down.
From what I can tell you, he opens the one box up. It's this blue coral-based looking key. This key will help unlock secret
The water
knowledge that you guys will need to be seeking. The next one he pops up is this sort of red crystal heart. In case one of your party members fall and they need to be coming back, break this heart.
Phoenix Down,
It's pretty much a Phoenix Down,
or a fairy in Zelda, or yeah, okay.
pretty much. But he lets you know, no matter how great the intent is, sometimes bringing someone back to life has a dire consequence. So,
I know. Can you only imagine the things that we can do?
yeah, I'm sort of giving you a magical item from another dimension to use in your dimension. I don't even know what the repercussions would be if you actually used it, but I have a feeling that you might need it, you might not.
Okay, so what's the repercussion if Harbinger wins?
For my guess, if the Harbinger wins, it's not just your world that falls, it's all worlds. Gods can travel between different worlds. Some gods influence more worlds than others. Other gods are not even existent on other worlds.
Okay, so the Harbinger's not a god, though, because he's on our world.
He is, kind of. It can't
Okay,
really
so
explain
now you're contradicting yourself.
how so.
Well, you say he's a god, but you just told me gods can't walk on my world, and I've seen the Harbinger
Like I
walk
said,
on my world.
he's kind of. It's hard to explain what he really is, and I can't explain it myself for rules I have to follow. Even gods have to follow certain rules.
Okay. What about the bitch queen of Grindarius? What can you tell me about her? Because apparently she has a thing for me personally.
Oh wait, are you talking
And I
about
don't
the
like that.
vampire queen? Or the one before her?
Whoever runs around in a Foxy Fiery Elemental
Ah.
State. And
That bitch.
yeah, that one.
Oh, I can glad
She
you
has
know.
a hankering for some Moxie.
I can let you know she's currently dead.
That doesn't really make me feel any better.
But let me see. What else can I tell you? Trying to think. I know she has disciples in your world that are trying to resurrect her.
Find me? Oh, the disciples are trying to resurrect her and find me all at the same time. That makes me feel good.
Why are they trying to find you, my little champion?
Because I have something apparently she's looking for.
He snaps his fingers. The ring. What do we call it again?
The Giant's Ring.
The Giant's ring appears in his hand. Huh. This is what they're after.
Yeah.
He like rotates it, pulls it apart, shits it back in. Okay. Here you go. Hands it back to you.
It'll go back wherever she always puts it. It's always in one spot.
Yeah. Well, I will say this one thing. You'll have a choice to use that ring or not use that ring at the right time or the wrong time. But my little champion, I do not. What's the terminology?
Envy?
I do not envy your current little situation there.
That's helpful. Thank you.
You are welcome.
So, do you have anything that we need to do for you, or as soon as they all finish drinking and yucking it up, can we go take out this tower?
Yeah, well, no, after you guys were here mostly for the wedding, I wanted to make sure, you guys got a little power up for my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm keeping promises to make sure you guys kind of get going. But,
Oh, yeah, we'll be good. We ain't scared of no ghost.
But,
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters. But, yeah, enjoy the night. I'll send you guys back home whenever you want. And, besides that,
Okay.
do you have any other questions? I can try to my best to help you out.
No, I think this all got covered. And let me congratulate you on a fine performance today and a new daughter. I mean, Briar is going to make you pull the rest of your hair out, so it's okay.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm probably never going to see her again because this is like the first time in 3,000 years I saw my daughter. So.
Well, you do throw a nice party.
I try. But mind you, if you ever reveal anyone that I actually look like this, I will make sure you are an eternal world of hurt for the rest of your life. And afterlife, and anything in between.
Yeah, you made me sign it in blood.
Of course.
And now I can't give anybody my knowledge. I can just hand boxes to people and walk away. So Moxie will thank the stranger one more time, and she will gather her armload of things and go down to the party.
All right.
So it's going to take me a while to get there, let everybody who was drinking and making merriment do their stuff.
Okay. So you finish up, you grab your stuff, grab the stuff, head back down to the party. Yeah. Are you going to talk to the party right now or wait till a little later?
I figured since I was monopolizing your time, the party could say what they were doing at the party before you had me doing anything else.
Okay. Not everyone jump at once.
We thought you were possibly going to set something up for us. That's probably why we haven't spoke.
Pretty much.
Yes.
So you guys are at the reception. You have your phone. What are you guys drinking?
I want
What
a
are you guys eating?
Give alcoholic cream soda.
Ooh, that sounds good.
You also guys try this weird delicacy from another world called tacos, and supposedly they're delicious.
I don't like tacos.
Hey, what I base my culture on, we have tacos. They're just,
I absolutely despise Mexican food.
Maybe they're not
they're just
Mexican
kind
tacos.
of like falafel, and it's a different type of bread.
These are Swedish tacos.
That sounds gross.
That sounds very gross.
gross.
A Swedish taco, yeah.
What does it have? Filter
Sweet
fish in it?
Rogan. Swedish chef
Filter
put
fish
tacos.
and Lutzfickens.
No, they just grind up Swedish meatballs for the meat.
Oh God.
And Swedish fish.
So,
It's Swedish meatballs and Swedish fish.
Okay, so
You-
we're done
You
with
brought this
tacos.
evil onto the world.
all right, guys,
There, Briar.
you guys are enjoying the party. Is anyone trying to do something in the party?
Thule will be nice for once and enjoy merriment and ask Bree to dance.
Who's Bree?
Is that me?
Edna Mode.
Oh, Bree's not
the
even
fashion
here.
designer. Oh.
Yeah, why the fuck would they help me at the reception?
Oh no, they're having their own little party, but they're not here. This is for like, this part of the party is for the guests, like the
Well,
important guests, different gods,
so is
different creatures.
So is the other daughters and his college buddies still here?
Yeah. You hear them joking about how they put a great performance up for the stranger and how the one sun god I could have had him.
Ow.
Very, very southern accent.
You said there was a guy.
thing with this big titty angel statue.
What was that?
Agro's gonna sing drunkenly with his big titty angel statue.
Okay, roll me a performance check because fuck it.
Do it this time. I believe in you, big guy.
I want to join in. Get the band back together.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so Agro is really drunk by now. Really drunk. To the point it's like not even making words. It's like "Oh, la, la, na, na, na." Big titty angel woman. Nya, 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 nya.
Who's fucking strangling a displacer beast over there?
Then you see Dax just kind of like sobbing, drinking like.
Oh,
You see this one goddess walk up to him. Well, hello, big boy. And Dax is like, no, 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 no.
It might be. Dax has never gonna trust anybody flirt with them again because it always might be juice in disguise.
I will start a bar fight right now. Do not tempt me.
You're going
Do
to
it, I
start
wanna
a bar
fight.
fight with gods and others.
Yes.
Roll me.
Oh,
You know what?
Here
Fuck it,
we
we'll do it
go.
like this. High or
Here
low?
we go.
If they were gentlemen, they'll do it as a
High or
gentleman's
low?
bet. High. Like my
Okay.
expectations for this fight.
So this is what happens. You're drunk. You're like that type of drunk that you're the drunkest person at the party, and you're the saddest person at the party, so the most depressingly drunk person at the party. And you're just like, fight me! Fight me! And you start punching into a god. The god's like, it's okay. Pats your head. It's okay. We've been there before. I'm gonna fight you! Guys, check this
Okay.
model out. He's so cute and adorable. Stop it! I'm
Wow.
fighting you! It's okay. It's okay. He lifts you up, gives you a hug. It's okay, let it out. And you just start bawling into his shoulder.
Can I have Briar just like take care of Dax from that point on? Because I feel bad.
Go right ahead. You still have the same
You're a
emotions that
married
you
woman.
have for him. You're just, you know.
Hey, if my wife's never around, and we've kind of already agreed it's a friendship with a title.
Pretty much. Except for the fact that you did walk up and kiss her. So maybe like
Whatever.
extra little perks and all that.
Friends
Whatever.
with benefits.
Well,
Yeah, we're
it's like
friends with
ahead
a title
and
with benefits.
Kiss the girl.
she kissed a goddess and she liked it.
La,
There
la,
we
la,
go.
la, 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 la.
But yeah, I'll take care of
Kiss
Dax
the girl.
because the
I
thing.
kissed the goddess and I liked it.
All right. So, Briar goes up to Dax, starts to try to soothe him down, like, calm down. It's okay. Do your thing.
Me do my thing?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I was just like, yeah, let's go throw it up. Come on. Let's go throw it up.
You see the god that's been holding him. It's okay. Here you go, little buddy. Let one of our new queens, let the new goddess to be, you know, take care of you.
Oh, I like that title. Come on, let's go throw it up.
I can take him.
Yep.
The only person I would have any reason to talk to here would be the knowledge god.
You see this
Every-
this god just nose in his book, has like a nice little whiskey glass, drinks it, reading the book. This really, really beautiful goddess goes up to him. Hey, big boy, wanna dance with me a little bit? Shoes are off. You're lost. So what do you want to
Well,
do?
I walk up there and I is it a girl or a guy?
You don't know.
I walk up to and I say, "Excuse me, I hate to bother you during your studies, but may I inquire to what you're reading?"
He closes the book, slides it over to you. Keep it. Puts his hands together, forms a new book, and starts to read.
I open it up. What is it?
While looking this book over, even with your ability, the ability to read books, you're able to read it. And it's a love story between a werewolf and a vampire and how they plan on murdering a little girl.
Ooh, she gave me Twilight?
It gave you a horrible version of Twilight that's more about the werewolf and the vampire falling in love and murdering humans. It's actually a better version of Twilight.
Twilight from Earth 2.
Twilight from Earth 2. But
Well, that's the thing.
that is the thing.
But I did want to ask her, ask him if has being from our world called the Harbinger.
It places his book down on the table. Take a seat.
The only reason why I asked is, sir, is because I sit down. Is your friend saw him once, and he was rather a pushover, and know what his weaknesses are.
I will let you know a few things about the Harbinger that I'm allowed to. You have to understand gods still have to follow certain rules that that existence has placed in order. Even when a god makes a universe, existence still defines that role.
Contracts and law is what binds the universe together. I completely understand.
Even in its chaotic beauty, there is still balance. The Harbinger has broken some of the laws of your world. The weaknesses, it doesn't have many. Supposedly, I don't really know about your world. I know the world that the Harbinger comes from, so I'm assuming it's the same one. There's one thing that could destroy the Harbinger, and it's broken into 7 pieces.
Well, I might know pretty much the same amount as you do then.
I know a lot more, but I can't tell you.
And I pull out my eye. Obviously, this is one of them.
Maybe. Now, if I don't want to be rude, but I want to continue reading my book.
Okay. I completely understand.
He forms a cup out of his hand, and another book materializes. If you can ever get this translated, this might help.
And that's the cup or a bowl?
It's a book. He cups his hand like if you can watch the stream.
Oh, okay.
And the book forms in the language that the book is written in.
Cup in his hand.
It's not a language as in a language. It's notes and more of mathematical equations and stuff like that by Dark Sugar.
Well,
you can read it, but you can't read it.
Happen to be going. Well, we happen to be going by a tower that he is supposedly a part of somehow. So the exact person to read it. Good thing I didn't. And I don't want to seem rude, but I take the vampire book and the other book with me, and then I go back to the group.
Okay. Finally, Kaz, what are you doing?
Oh, do I gotta get rid of my armor? I like my armor.
No, you don't have to get rid of your armor.
Armor's for pussies.
Listen here, Dax.
Fuck him up. Just punch him.
A real man's dex-based AC.
All right. Anyway,
I'm gonna see if this place serves drinks to kids.
or your
Or
world
kids.
equivalent of tequila. Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
He's looking for that seedy catering staff person that just doesn't give a fuck.
Or he could come find Briar for juice.
Ah,
Okay.
Natural 20.
So you meet a goddess who is, for the better term, a goddess of the bar. You see her mixing drinks left and right for different gods, and she's doing crazy stuff like casting spells in the drinks and doing like flipping stuff in the air, floats in the air for a second, does something in the glass, and the thing floats, falls into the glass. It's crazy magic. You find her. You're a little 4-foot thing with a giant scythe walking around, and you're like, something that will fuck me up.
Please.
She forms a bar stool underneath your foot, underneath you, and you are lifted up in the air and sitting down in front of the bar. And you're like, please. And she smiles. Mortals are so cute. She does this like concoction, and it, for the best terms, is tequila. God level tequila.
Mmm.
The moment you drink it, your eyes glow as your dormant half-god, demigod self kicks in, and you feel like this power of the universe surge through you. Roll me an intelligence save.
Oh, shit. There you go.
That's right, motherfucker.
Just so I don't do this wrong, that's the same way, right?
It should just be your intelligence mod plus the D20 plus your intelligence mod.
Okay. So I'm doing it right.
Because I doubt
That's not bad.
paladins get bonuses.
For a moment, memories start to flood you that are not your memories, but your mother's. You see her cowering in front of a, not cowering, crying in front of a dead body. 7 beams of light shooting down, turning red. And as soon as the beams hit the ground, everything goes a mixture of black, white, and gray. I hate to say like the static screen on the old school TVs, but the static screen on the old school TVs.
Damn it, man.
After you recover from that spell, you totally, you remember the memories, but you don't remember it in full detail. I just told you the gist of what you saw. Okay?
Okay.
You try another shot, doesn't have the same effect. You try another shot, doesn't have the same effect, but you feel a little woozy.
Chase that dragon.
Roll me a d10, please. Just flat out d10.
Alright.
8 more shots later, you are trying to pole dance off your scythe.
You remember that Kraken? I helped kill that thing.
And then you hear a bunch of people in the crowd saying, "Wow! I watched that fight! You did something, mate! It was bloody awesome!"
See, he gets it. That
Another
guy
person
gets
is like,
it.
"Well, I seen it. It was cool, but I seen it." It was a bunch of people are cheering you on, giving you drinks, getting you more intoxicated, not realizing you're not a god, so you will probably die if you continue drinking. The bartender goddess comes up to you. "Oh, no, guys, this lad has had enough. He's mortal, so he will die if you feed him any more of this lovely stuff." She kind of like cradles you in her arm and brings you over to your friends. Loves, you might want to watch your friend here. He might explode with alcohol, so here you go.
So good.
So, the rest of you keep enjoying your night. Enjoying every single moment of it. Briar, you're kind of getting used to the idea that you technically are a goddess now. Technically.
Fuck yes.
Not really,
To the club.
but technically.
Technically.
And you all find some way or another to pass out. Dax, you are on... You wake up in a bed. Let's see how nice I'm going to be to you.
Let's be real here, Brett. If Alabaster wasn't around, he'd wake up in Briar's bed.
No.
We all know where I went.
This is how this is going
We
to
all
work.
know that.
We all
Dax?
know.
Dax, high or low?
Yes. Hi. Like my expectations for the evening.
Hey, he might wake up in Agro's bed. It wouldn't be the first time he's faced.
So, Dax, you wake up in a bed. Around you, you see a couple bodies. Like, nothing bad, just... Juice cannot
Just
be
people.
out of the Heartlands. He's soulbound to the Heartlands like all the other marshals.
Yeah, good.
For
Stay over
now.
there, you weird thing.
You wake up, though, you see a couple people sleeping around you, and you realize you probably had a really good night. You don't remember any of it, and then you wake up, you try to wake up the person next to you. This is a cross between a beholder and a cyclops.
Wow.
It turns to you, oh, that was a fun night last night.
Oh, god damn it.
You were such an
I hate
animal
everything.
for a mortal. Big old
And I'm gonna
beard.
go drink myself to death.
I just
I
love
drink to
messing with
forget,
you. It's so fun.
even though I can't remember.
So you wake up from
That's-
that.
That's why Thule doesn't drink.
Thul, you wake up in a library. It's weird, but you're in a library and you see that god from before, the knowledge god, just reading books.
Well,
Agro and Kaz, the two of you wake up kind of just slumped over, like leaning against a barrel. Sort of just like, hey bro, hey little dude, hey little man. And Briar and Moxie are actually in the same bed together. More of like, big sisters and little sisters sleeping.
Oh.
It's adorable.
well, if this interdimensional thing, unless I'm not knowledge god, are books allowed to leave this library? Can they cross dimensional space?
High or low?
Low.
You have to be given the book.
Is there a librarian?
No.
Because I was wanting to peruse the library to see if they had any other books on alchemy and possibly not to be meta, but a bestiary book. So I know what animals to look for and what type for potions.
This library is the knowledge gods that's in the arena. And he already gave you 2 books. He's not going to give you another book.
Asking. I can try to look through the book as much as I can till I have to go.
You try to reach a book from the shelf, and it's like a few tons. Again, this is his personal library. If you don't have permission to touch a book.
Okay.
He just kind of let you sleep there because you were currently reading the 2 books that he gave you. And you just... It's a nice little place. You kind of just passed out. It was warm. You weren't drinking, but you were still exhausted from the day. He just let you sleep in the library.
Well, will he let me exchange the fiction book for another book?
No.
I ask him, is this book just about fiction, or is there some type of hidden meaning in this book that I might not be aware of at the time?
No.
You don't have to tell me what it is, but or is it
A book I was done with.
okay? Well, I definitely will thank you for this book, and hopefully my source will help me. Never know what time it is in this place. A good morning or good evening.
It's morning. Good morning. And you start making your way out of the library. You all eventually meet up.
Hey, Briar.
What?
This came for you, and Moxie will pick up the box from Tavish and set it on her lap.
Who's it from?
It's from your daddy.
Oh. Oh.
He's
Still
kind
loving you
of
from afar.
he's kind of stuck at the moment.
Stuck where?
Some heart something. He's stuck in the heart something.
Heartlands?
That might be it. That sounds very close to what they said.
Where we came from?
Apparently he's stuck there. So,
Yeah, the place we've been for the past.
Few months.
Alright.
There's a letter too
Thanks.
on the box. You are more than welcome to read it anytime. But it's up to you if you want to open it or not.
I'll read the letter, but I won't open the box yet.
Okay. I wish I can give you an actual letter so Kaz can read it. So since he was,
That's what I was just about to
I
say.
wanted to.
Here's an idea. Kaz, if you want to come up with a letter really quick, I have to go to work soon. We'll do
Alright.
that while I'm away.
We'll talk on a break about what that is. Because we'll be going on a short
make her
break.
cry for the customers.
Yes.
But it is from your father. You decide to hold on to the letter for now and read it when you guys get back to the Heartlands. Make that
Yeah.
canon. Okay. Moxie, really quick. We'll call that key that you just got the coral key from last night, and Phoenix Heart.
Wait, I have a question, Brett.
I have an answer.
I still have that key from Alabaster, right?
The one that goes back to her if you ever need to.
Yeah.
Yes. It's sort of like a necklace on you now.
Okay. I was just making sure.
You're
That's
good.
all I needed.
So, the stranger in his stranger appearance comes up to you all. Whoa, my friends, it's been fun, entertaining. There's a door. Snaps his fingers and this portal appears. You're more than welcome to hang out here a little bit longer, or not. Don't care. Your business is done here for now.
Briar, do you think you should ask him if Bobo gets to come with us, or does Bobo
Yeah.
stay here?
I imagined Bobo would come with.
Bobo would come with her. It's her companion.
Wait, I have a question. How much was it to get stuff identified?
1,000 tokens.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Lord luck.
I'll give you the
It's-
friends and family discount.
Moxie said she got identify if she 100 gold piece pearl.
What?
One of the components to identify is 100 gold piece pearl.
Wait, who has identified?
Moxie does.
Moxie has identify now.
Moxie, we're gonna be best friends, and I will pay you money.
Like I said, 30% off for friends and family.
All right. It doesn't even have to be 30% off.
And-
I'll just give you
and
the
I
number.
probably even- I probably even have the pearls in my jewelry case somewhere.
Or we dunk her head in the toilet until she gives it to us for free.
Why would I do that?
Because she's a little gremlin, that's why.
That's mean. You
So-
take that back.
She's mean to me.
You deserve it.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
I have
What is
done
your-
nothing wrong.
what is your policy on that, Brett? Is for bigger items? I know you said for like feathers and stuff, he would already have, but like gems, do we have to seek those gems out, or if he has the spell, does he have the pearls?
He doesn't have the pearls. You'd have to buy them. Or you can always go to your friendly neighborhood crazy girl.
Well, when that guy gave me when the stranger gave me that big bag of, you said varying degree prices of gems and different types of metal rings. Is there any pearls in
No.
there that would be worth 100 GP?
No, gems or metal rings.
Well, it's simple then. We have to go scour the ocean deep, pearl.
Sure.
Hey, you're a master fisherman. You should know where to look for some pearls.
You don't fish for pearls.
Yeah, but you still don't. You still know about how to.
What are you
guys.
talking about?
Guys,
Fishing is not just putting a pole in the water. It's also knowing about how to get stuff. You could fish with a net.
so what would you guys like to
You're
do?
missing the point here.
Are you leaving? Staying? What?
Well, I'm gonna go try and find Alabaster because I should probably tell her goodbye before I just leave.
Okay. So you use your key,
Meh.
find a doorway. You open the door and you leads right to Alabaster. She's currently in a room full of small statues.
Hold on, guys. Somebody's at my door.
You're good.
Hi, honey. I'm home.
This is not home, but okay. Welcome,
whatever.
Briar.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that me and the others are heading out, and I went, so bye-bye.
Goodbye. I mean, technically speaking, you can always show up whenever. But
Yeah, I know, but it's okay. This is weird for me.
weird for me too.
Okay. Hey, at least we're on the same page about that. Your dad's a fucking weirdo.
My dad is a total fucking weirdo. But just be safe, and if you need me, just. The only thing is, I cannot be on your plane. Like, I can't be on your world because of certain magics.
No, that's fine. And these statues are pretty neat.
But I wish you luck.
Hose. And
All right, I will
code.
talk to you later. See ya, Allie. I'm just making up fucking nicknames for her
No,
now.
that works. She has a nickname, Allie.
Okay. All right, then I'll shut the door and I'll leave.
You hear her grumble as like, oh crap, as she's working on that statue. So what are you guys doing?
Oh, I guess we're going through the door.
Going home?
Yep.
Okay.
Going home.
As soon as all of you walk through the doorway, you guys arrive at the
We're
exact same
500 feet.
spot about a minute later after you left. You guys can tell this
Except
because
we
you
were
saw...
500 feet in the air, and now we're all dead.
No, not that much of an asshole. You saw your very favorite Nord flying down. No, you didn't see that. You guys teleported right before that. Okay, so you guys see Nord flying down on a winged sort of chimera-like creature and crash right in front of you. You guys disappeared for a second. What happened?
Who are we talking to? You said our favorite what?
Nord.
Oh, Nord, the grumpy ass dwarf, mountain dwarf.
No. Nord's a dragonborn.
Oh, what was the name of the dwarf that went ahead to the tower?
Nord.
The fighter.
Nord. He's the dragonborn. The
Oh,
one
so
that
this is the dude
the
we're
one
supposed
that
to meet
Nord
at the
fought in
tower.
the office of the marshals.
Oh, I thought you said that there was a dwarven, when we were at Grin, you said that there was a dwarven fighter
No.
that we were supposed to meet at the tower.
No. Supposedly the dwarf.
I swear to God you did.
No.
but You said something about a dwarf
Yes,
when we were
I
in
did.
Grin.
The tower looks dwarven.
So who's this dude? I
Nord.
don't. Briar doesn't know.
You guys met Nord when you guys went to the marshal's office. He's the dragonborn who fought Nori. Because Nori is like all.
Kaz's dad?
What's that?
Kaz's dad?
No.
Because his dad's a skitter.
I honestly don't remember this dude.
Nord is
Yeah,
the fighter
the
that
only
you guys
person-
encountered at the marshal's office when Nori wanted to fight him because he's a dragonborn and had the same close to the same.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Yes, he was
I
one of the
think I have a
marshals.
vague idea.
That,
I know what you're talking about.
the one that Nori fought?
And who
Yeah.
basically almost killed Nori.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Now I remember. But I swear you said there was a mountain dwarf that we were meeting at the tower, but that's neither here nor there.
No, the tower I said looks dwarvish. You heard some rumors. One of you heard the rumors. The towers look dwarvish. The tower looks dwarvish. And as you guys
I got you.
arrive, the tower itself looks like it's constantly moving, shifting. Floors rotate, lower, rotate, pull out, move up, shift constantly. Outside, you do see a small encampment of many races trying to get inside the temple. Or, well, not inside the temple, trying to just investigate outside the tower. A couple dwarves, obviously, for the reason that it looks dwarven. And you see the ground itself looks like it was pushed upwards, like something erupted out of it, like the tower erupted from underneath the ground. So for the most part, there's an encampment there. Nord comes down on his flying creature. Greets you all saying, "I've been expecting you 10 days ago. What took so long?"
I got married.
Weren't you in 10
Yes.
days? Oh, no, in a
Dude!
few
Oh,
weeks?
shit.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah. I know. Trust me, it's a surprise to me as well.
I mean, yeah. Well, did you guys enjoy the rooms I paid for? Did they treat you right in Gren?
Except for Kent trying to make us his exterminators, and instead of rats, they were cultists. But other than that, fine.
Kent likes to play with his words.
Yeah.
But it skipped.
Kent likes to play with his words, but he's a good man. Or whatever he is. Well, I will let you know that we can't get past the first room to enter this tower. So, yeah. You guys are more than welcome to go in. If you want to rest, you're more than welcome to do that. But, you got the first door open.
Is Bella in that first room?
No. Bella is at Dark Sugar's research laboratory, his library, on the coast of the Heartlands. You guys are in the tower in the middle of the Heartlands.
Well, if there's any possible way that you can get a message to her, me and her need to decipher. It's supposedly supposed to tell us weaknesses and how we might get rid of the Harbinger.
Okay, from what I understand, you're going to be meeting Bella anyway after you're done helping me figure this out. That's what Gabriella told me. So...
Well, then it all works out.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm going to be out here making sure no one gets inside. You all basically have to solve this tower, because I'm not doing it. And for the love of us, we can't figure out the first puzzle. It's supposedly, there's an automated message that plays throughout the entire tower, and it's annoying as hell, and this dwarf is annoying. But, you go inside. You'll be given the introduction. It's just annoying. Now, where's my meat? You see this small gnome with a chunk of meat on a plate, like holding it up over his head. Here you go, sir. Here you go, sir. Here you go. Nord just takes a bite out of it. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Well, I'm gonna go patrol. Silver. You see the chimera-looking creature come up. Neighs. It has a horse head, dragon wings, sort of like these weird cat-like claws. It's a weird freaking beast. But he jumps on the back of it. It starts to fly away. Yo,
I have to leave for work.
you're fine. You're fine.
Absolutely
I'll be
not.
back in like 20, 30 minutes.
You're fine.
Absolutely not okay.
Prepare to cry.
Oh, I'm ready for it. I'm prepared.
So, what we'll do is this. I'll let you guys... We'll take a quick break here so I can get some more food in me. And...
Food's a crutch.
What's that?
Food is a crutch.
Fuck you, dude. We'll take a 10-minute break
started to
here. I
think
do need to talk to Kaz.
Dax is an android.
Ah!
He
So
thinks
anyway,
he
we'll be
thinks
right back,
food and
everyone.
sleep is a crutch.
While these guys argue about food. I don't know.
Food and sleep are crutches. You're absolutely right. You don't need either of them.
Stop it.
Oh! I don't know. Welcome back, everyone, after a slight little pause and me making some nice cheddar melts. We're coming back to the party, arriving, investigating the tower. Currently, we have one of our members going to work, so I won't do crazy stuff right now. But you guys are more than welcome to walk around the tower, investigate, go in the first room, whatever you guys want to do.
Investigate.
Do we want to go straight in and just investigate, or do we want to interview some people at the campsite first? See if they
Yes.
found anything.
Well, I vote for interviewing.
Moxie, to answer your question, yes. All of your items are level 4.
Oh, excuse me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, is there any way to find out who is kind of like the head of this campsite ground? Who is the head investigator?
Roll me an investigation check. If you're going to be looking for someone that will, like a lead archaeologist, an investigator, roll me an investigation check.
$15.
You find a couple people who say they're the leader, who's the charge and all that, but it's just different theories about what this tower is. It's a sign of the gods. It's a messenger of doom. It's someone's sick dream. No one's really giving you a solid answer on what this is. This is all theories.
Has any of these people been in? They've all been inside of it?
Only in the first room. They can't get past the first room.
And I asked them, or I want to ask them, what is trouble from further problem is it?
What's that?
What is in their way? What is stopping them from going further? What type of problem is it? What is in their way?
I'm
Is it
sorry,
a
remember,
riddle?
remember, sometimes you distort from your reception, so I have to ask you again. But
Yeah.
what they tell you is this. They can't solve the first room.
So they won't let me know if it's a riddle, a mathematical problem.
No, they'll just let you know. You have to go in for yourself.
Okay, I guess it's time to go in then.
Well, you're going in. What about everyone else?
I also want to try and ask.
Yeah.
A bit more persuasive.
Okay, both of you roll me a persuasion check. So if you also want to try one more time to persuade him, roll a persuasion check.
Alright.
Okay, I will. I just need to see what my modifier is.
You're good.
Okay, robot.
Yeah.
Okay.
24.
So, one of the researchers, after you guys talk to the leaders and all that, and they kind of brush you off, goes up to you. Look, hi. I'm only here to help, with my courses and study, and trying to make sure I pass in the university that we have. But what they're gonna tell you is really simple. It's a simple riddle. I haven't been in, so I don't know what it is. But it's a simple riddle that they don't understand the meaning of it. Pretty much, solve the riddle. You get past the next door. But I'm sorry, I can't give you more information besides that. Supposedly, if you do the wrong thing, you die. There are 2 giant boulders in the room
Oh, well,
that will squish you.
Huh. Well,
Well, you only live once. Sometimes.
Moxie should try and solve the riddle.
And
She's small and fast. She can get out of the way.
and you say I'm mean to you.
You are consistently mean to me, and my logic makes sense, and you know it. You are the smallest and the fastest.
Well, I guess we should go in.
Hey, Brett,
Yeah.
before we go in, question, are there any open windows on this tower within the first 60 feet of the ground?
No. The entire tower except for the top floor, which there's occasional fire coming out of it, there is sheer stone and carvings.
I could always send Coda in.
Have we tried exploding the tower?
Are all the carvings different, or
Hold
is
on.
it like a repeated pattern?
You can try sending Coda in if you want. Dax, you do see some explosive residue on some of the walls higher up, and it's sort of like still there. And Moxie, what was that?
Are the carvings all like different scenes and stuff, or is it like one carving repeated over and over and over?
Roughly the same design over and over again. It looks like,
Okay.
you know in Skyrim, those dragon-like busts, like very simple looking but elegant design?
I don't play Bethesda games.
Valid point. It looks like a dragon's head sticking out. That's pretty much it. Dragon head made of stone.
Okay, before Moxie follows everybody in, she's gonna, I will steal a piece of paper and a piece of charcoal, and I will do a rubbing of one of the carvings.
Roll me a sleight of hand check, please.
Uh, 23.
Oh, you definitely get it.
If I see him doing that, it means hard to not see. I ask Moxie, I bring out my mirrored scroll, and I ask, hey, Moxie, maybe Gabby might have an idea of what this is. Do you also want to use my mirrored scroll and send a rubbing to her?
Did I just lose everybody, or is it eerily quiet?
Okay. Dax. I mean, not Dax.
Yes.
Thule.
Oh,
You were heading towards the temple, debating on Coda.
Shit.
I'm saying Moxie was more towards the other side, getting the scraping, so I don't think you see Moxie. Hold on one second. Okay. So while Moxie is reloading, does anyone else want to do anything before you guys head in?
I guess send Coda in.
Through
So we
where?
get a. Isn't there a door open? I thought you said there was a door open.
There's a door that leads to the first room, yes.
Yes. To have a look at the first room before we go in it ourselves.
Okay. The moment you send Coda into the room, you feel your connection to him cease.
That's strange. Guess I'll walk in.
Okay. You see Coda right in the room saying, "Do you hear what I was saying?"
Nope.
Well, that's not a good sign. Inside, you see the room itself has a sort of landing where you walk into. A dipping bridge above a pool of water, and two boulders where that pool of water is, being held up by two little pins. In front of the bridge is 3 golden spheres floating in the air. Inside, you see a bunch of stonework carvings on the walls. Roll me a perception check, please.
Natural 20.
A lot of the artwork is dwarvish. A lot of the artwork is dwarvish, very mountain dwarvish oriented. So, who are we missing right now? We have Mixed Mountain, Briar. 1, 2, 3.
That
Yes.
somebody drove by because I'm outside.
You're fine. You're fine. So you see a bunch of the artwork, the designs. It's very mountain dwarvish. Very mountain dwarvish. Like obviously the one who made this entire tower was a mountain dwarf.
So there's a bridge that goes over to a puddle of water.
No. The bridge goes over a body of water. There are 2 giant boulders where that pretty much where right above where the bridge would be, above the puddle of water, there are 2 giant boulders being hung up far enough and held up by a small device. On the other side is the entrance. There are 3 nodes on the back wall that would fit the size of his golden orbs.
That would fit the size of what?
The size of the golden orbs that are floating currently in front of the bridge.
So obviously the riddle is to try to get those golden orbs into those sockets, albeit we don't know if it's in at the same time, but also how do you catch them when they're flying in the air and how do you get them in the hole?
They're not flying in the air, they're floating
Without-
above the pedestal.
They're floating on one pedestals.
A pedestal, yes. They're floating above a pedestal.
All 3 of them, or are
Yes.
they on 3 different pedestals?
They are all floating above a pedestal.
And where is that pedestal location in the room?
In front of the bridge.
On the side closest to entrance or on the other
In front
side?
of the bridge. Facing you. In front of the bridge. You're in front of the bridge right now. So in front of the bridge.
Is there any writing or anything on the pedestal?
You are currently not inside.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I will wait for the rest of the group because I'm obviously not going to try to solve this alone.
I'm
If
sorry.
I'm going to be the one to
You were-
die, everybody else is going with me.
Okay, so anyone else going inside?
Yep.
I'll follow.
Okay, obviously Moxie. Kaz, what are you doing? I'm guessing that's a yes. Okay,
Word.
He's too busy sitting in front of the air conditioner.
right. So everyone, Yala and Briar included, make the way into the first room. Thule gives an explanation of what he sees, what he's looking at, and again, you see a long room with a bridge dipping right above a body of water with two boulders on the sides being held up. We'll go with that, yes. Being held up by these small devices. On the back wall, there's lit up three nodes above the door, and three golden orbs hovering over a pedestal in front of the bridge, facing you guys.
Does the water look deep enough
You can't tell.
that if the boulders were coming to no,
What's that? Phil, can you repeat yourself, please?
I didn't say anything. You already answered my question.
No, I answered
Oh.
halfway before I could hear the rest of your question.
No, but
Just because he's
you
doing a little
answered
technical.
my question all the way. I said, "Is the in case they're down to smush us? Could you jump into the water and not get smushed?"
No. Oh yeah, no. The boulders are large enough that the entire area that's above the pool will be scorched with these two boulders.
Okay, so I'll repeat my question. Is there any writing or anything on the pedestal?
Yes.
Say,
Is it something I can read?
Do you know
Where
Dwarven?
anybody can read.
Let me look. Because it's been a while since I had to see what I speak or know. No, I do not know Dwarven.
Then you do not know what this says.
Because we have a door.
She will look at Thule and go, "Can you make out this chicken scratch?"
I tilt my head and do that little angle thing, unless it's at eye level, and I read it. I mean, obviously, it's in my language, but I could read it if it was in any other language. I say cockily.
It's at your height perfectly, like it's made for dwarves. Some of the riddle is kind of scratched out, like it looks like someone carving into the stone was trying to get it right. But from what you can guess, it tells of a tale of a man who steals 3 golden orbs from a temple to unlock it. His only means to enter the temple itself would be to cross the bridge spanning a river. He cannot swim, there are no boats, and he cannot throw the balls to the other side. He has to carry them over. The bridge will only carry his weight and the weight of two of the orbs. How do you get across?
Basically, I relay the message. Basically, only one person, probably around a dwarf's weight, can go over that bridge with 2 balls. No problem.
okay, and what happens if I just roll a ball across and there's already someone over there?
I look up at the boulders. I don't know if we want to find out until we're absolutely sure we're doing this right.
I mean, we could just roll the ball across first and figure it out.
Did
with no one on the
we-
other side.
did
What if
we
that's what if
Make
that
the
sets
ball
off the
fall-
trap?
ever- How
But what
long
if
the
it falls
bridge
into the
should be?
river?
The bridge is about
We don't
100
have to-
feet. 100 feet long, only 5 feet wide.
I've always hated riddles.
Aggro's strong. He could do it.
Is I have a familiar. It could probably carry a ball, but do we know if that's correct?
Wait. Do we have something that's like featherweight? Makes things
I
lighter?
can throw one of you guys.
Hey, guys, do you have to walk across back and forth with both balls? Why don't you go over with two, put one in, carry one back, grab the third one, then carry those two balls across, stick those in the last two slots, and then we win.
That seems like the simplest solution.
It's too easy. It's a trap.
But as with anything else, is it the correct one?
Well,
You get it wrong, somebody
I'm
dies.
the most built to do this because I can watch the boulder try to hit me.
I mean,
Moxie
do we know
will-
that failure equals death?
Moxie grabs two of the balls and starts sprinting across the bridge.
Jesus.
The moment you get to the front of the bridge with 2 of the orbs, you were pushed back. I need you to make me acrobatics check.
Okay. Pushed back how?
Invisible force.
Magic. A force of energy just hits you. And you
How about an
land
18?
right at the entrance, and 2 of the orbs that you're carrying float back to the pedestal.
Okay, I'm testing out a theory. Is I walk up to the orbs, take 2 of the orbs, and I try to. I'm not going to go across the bridge, but I see if I can cross that same area boundary before she was blown back.
So you're going to try to go to the bridge where she was at? Okay. You get knocked back by
I'm
a
seeing
force,
if this is a door,
and I need
so
you
it's
to do an
not dwarf
acrobatics check.
only. Eight.
Ooh.
You sadly get
Ouch.
thrown onto your ass, and you take. Where are you? Just one. Come on. There we go. 1 point of force damage as you are pushed and slammed into the back wall. The wall that's where the entrance
Ow.
is.
Well, obviously it's protecting everyone. I was testing if, since it was built by, well, I'm not a mountain dwarf though. Maybe only a mountain. Did the riddle say it was a mountain dwarf that was trying to do this? I assume it
It
was.
did say a dwarf had to cross the bridge with the 3 orbs to unlock the temple.
Oh, it says the dwarf has to cross the bridge with 3 orbs, but he can only carry 1.
Carry 2.
He can only carry 2. You know, I told you I have that disease. The George W. Bush disease. But yes, so basically, well, so basically it has to be me that does it.
Well, what about like playing soccer with it?
I can throw it across.
I
What if I identify the
only sa- it only says I have to carry 2. Maybe it's being. This is kind of stupid.
Okay, let me
but maybe it's being.
Let me
Oh.
explain the riddle again. A dwarf steals 3 golden orbs from a temple. His means to enter the temple is to cross an old bridge spanning a river. He cannot swim. There are no boats, and he cannot throw the balls to the other side. The bridge
Oh.
itself can only carry his weight and that of 2 of the golden balls. How does he get across to the other side?
Can any of us make a? Do the orbs float?
The orbs float above the pedestal only.
No, I'm saying like, can the orb, aka push it along the water as you carry the 2 in your hands across the bridge?
Can you pick up the whole pedestal?
Yeah, that was my next thing. Like, just carry the pedestal. They float that way.
Make a strength check, Aggro.
I believe in you.
I don't.
Okay, yeah, you literally, it's not bolted to the ground. You lift it up, it's in your hands.
All right, let's do it.
You're gonna walk across?
1, it says a dwarf.
I know.
And 2, it said it can only carry his weight carrying the 2 orbs.
He doesn't know until he tries. All right, he picked it up. Just let
Aggro
him
is
try.
going to walk forward onto the bridge and
Yes,
be
I am.
pushed straight back. The pedestal resets itself. Make me a acrobatics check, please.
I am nimble.
Well, I'm not the strongest dwarf. I was built for brains, not
Okay.
brawn.
Since you are thrown
Can
back,
I
you're
try
able
to
to
pick up
dig
the
your hands
pedestal?
into the ground and kind of stop your momentum before any damage is done. So you're just. You were saying?
Yeah.
Joel?
Do I
Can
think
I
you
try
should
to
just-
pick up the pedestal?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Roll me a strength check.
I believe in you. Oh boy.
You try to lift it up, but it's not budging.
I want to try.
Do you want to try?
You're not a dwarf.
Yes.
Roll me a strength check.
You're not a dwarf. Yes.
Because
Maybe pick it up and then give it to Thule.
Okay, you lift it up. Thule, make me a strength check.
Oh,
2.
boy.
It falls right on your foot. You'll take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as it starts to crush your foot.
Has Kaz tried walking across the bridge?
I say, get this fucking thing off me!
And as soon as you say that, the pedestal resets, floats right back to where it was.
Is there any way that I could make, or can I pick up all 3 balls and can I place one in the water and see if it floats?
You were too high to pick it up afterwards.
To see if to pick it up afterwards as I walk across the bridge with the 2 balls, and if does the water look like it's going the direction towards the holes?
No,
Like, does it look like there's any type of movement in the water?
there's no movement in the water. It's still.
Well, does it look? Can I pick them up and put them in the water to see
You're
if they
too high
float?
above. You can't pick it up and drop it in the water. It's like a cliff. You're high above. The bridge
So there's
dips
like
down.
a pit.
Yeah, the bridge dips down above a body of water. So you can't throw the ball in the water and guide it along to the other side. It's gold. It will sink into the bottom.
The only thing I know is to carry the little pedestal.
You want to try carrying the pedestal, Cass?
Well, I was also going to say, it says you can only carry 2. Can I carry 2 in my hand and put 1 in a thing like a purse?
It will only support
What's
the
its
weight of you and 2 of the golden orbs.
And it says you have to carry all 3 across.
The door requires all 3 across. You have to go walk. Okay. One more time. A man steals 3 golden orbs from a temple. The means to enter the temple is to cross an old bridge spanning the river. He cannot swim, there are no boats, and he cannot throw the balls over the bank. The bridge will only carry his weight and the 2 of the golden orbs. How does he cross the bridge with all 3 orbs? That's the riddle on the pedestal. Alright, what's everyone's passive perception again?
I'll keister 1.
You're gonna throw one?
No.
It's not carrying it if it's inside you.
Yeah.
You want to eat a solid gold ball the size of your hand, the size of your fist.
It always.
It was a joke.
Okay,
Nope.
That's-
Committed to this. Bend over.
Moxie.
I'm gonna make a bunch of mayonnaise as lube. It is oil based, you see.
So Moxie, you see out of the corner of your eye this flashing, lightly flashing object. It's a ticket. It keeps flashing. What do you do? Moxie?
Moxie, can you hear me?
So Moxie
Is there
sees
any
something.
way to make the? Is there any way to make the ball float? That's my Hey, I don't know if Brett would allow this. Well, no, and also I just is.
Okay. You were breaking up
Can
again.
I-
What was that?
Can I? Because technically, can I grab 2 of the orbs? I'm trying to think outside of the box here. Use my staff, my tentacle rod staff, grab the ball. Technically, I'm not carrying it, and technically, it would have next to no weight because my tentacles would be suspending it kind of in the air. And basically, I'm saying is if we can't sail it across.
You can try.
This is not going to go well.
Well, first I got to see if the tentacle could grab one of the balls.
Like I said, you can try.
So
You guys can try anything you want. I will tell you if your idea is going to be extremely bad or not after you decide to do it.
Like
Well,
I said, the bag of holding is still there. It always weighs 12 pounds, no matter what you put in it.
that is true. Does if since Moxie's not here, can I ask to have Moxie's bag of holding?
No, you'd have to talk to Moxie directly.
Oh, I was gonna give him my bag of holding.
No,
Oh,
remember
I
we
didn't know
gave
you
you
had
a
a
bag
bag
of
of
holding to Moxie?
Oh, I didn't even know that happened. Alright.
We talked about it.
I don't remember this I know, I
Well,
believe you.
First
just-
of all,
have
I
a
want to
shitty
see
memory.
if my rod can grab one of those balls.
Oh yeah, grab my balls.
The tentacle rod grabs it. I mean, it's tentacles grabbing an orb floating in the air.
Oh yeah. Fondle my balls.
And if I go up and take the 2 balls, do I have an idea if this is a good idea or a bad idea?
I'm not answering that.
I said before, you said you would answer it. We said once we started to do it.
I said once you finish
I
it.
can grab up to. Well, then that's not giving us any clue if it's a good idea or a bad idea. Because you walk across the bridge, you die.
No, he said he would tell if it worked or not. He didn't say if it was a good idea or a bad idea. Just if it worked.
That didn't work.
Your character is dead.
Not wrong.
Obviously, that didn't work.
You're gonna hate this. Mind you, this entire
Well, that's
tower
why-
is puzzles.
Oh, we're so fucked.
There's been tons of dragon articles that I've read that have stated to DMs, put riddles and puzzles into your game at your own risk. Because certain groups are great at riddles and certain groups aren't.
We are slow.
So you have one of the orbs in your tentacle, grabbed by the tentacle rod of tentacles, tentacle rod, whatever. And then you have the other 2 in another hand.
Yes.
You start walking across the bridge, and there's no push against you. But the bridge starts to lower
No.
every
So
step
we're
you take.
making progress.
Okay, then I'm walking backwards because obviously that sets off the mechanism.
We're making progress, guys. Now, Brett, how heavy would you say all of these orbs are? Or 2 of them would
It's-
weigh?
Kind of a... You basically need a strength of 10 or more just to hold them. And like a strength of 12 or more to hold all 3.
Well, I can't even hold all 3.
Weight-wise,
then.
though.
You can't even hold all 3? Oh, man.
My strength's only 10.
Oh,
So-
man.
I can hold all 3 if I put it in a bag of holding, but Moxie's not here.
They're pretty heavy.
Moxie doesn't have a bag of holding.
Yeah, Moxie. remember?
Apparently you do.
I thought Dax
I do?
gave you the bag of holding, Moxie.
No, I would have liked to have one, but no, I never got something that nice.
Okay, my bad. Dax, you had the bag of holding. I thought we discussed
All right.
the bag of holding and Moxie.
Wolf,
Well,
take this bag of holding, and we're gonna put these orbs inside of it and see what happens.
well, it
we
said
don't all die.
carry 2 across, so I'm only putting 1 in. I'm following this riddle precisely. I'm not trying to cheat it.
Okay.
Do you want me to repeat the riddle again?
That would be great.
Oh, hi. Okay, so Brian, to
Oh,
catch you up
fresh
on what's
mind.
going on, you guys are in the first room of this puzzle tower, and there is a 100-foot long bridge suspended over a body of water with 2 giant boulders being held up by a small mechanism. There's a pedestal in front of the bridge that has 3 floating golden orbs. There's a riddle I'll tell you in a second. And on the other side of the bridge, you can see a door with 3 nodes where the orbs should be put. The riddle is this. A man steals 3 golden balls from a temple. His only means to enter the temple is to cross an old bridge spanning the river. He cannot swim, there are no boats, and he cannot throw the balls over to the other side. The man will only carry the bridge will only carry his weight and 2 of the golden balls. How does he get all 3 across to the other side?
Do you have that in writing?
I do, but I'm not going to share it.
Oh, that sucks.
If you
Is
could
the
type that out in the Twitch, or not the Twitch, but on the Discord, I think it would be helpful for all of us.
Yeah, it would.
Being able to stare at a riddle makes things.
Asking me to spell.
A lot easier.
Again, that's why I say several Dragazine articles have talked about this exact problem.
I mean, I like riddles.
Yeah, but it even says in one of the articles I've read, if your players aren't good at riddles, it slows campaigns.
Remember, you guys chose
when
this.
It said,
You guys chose this. You had 3 options.
We didn't know it was going to be a puzzle tower. You just told us it was a tower.
I said a puzzle tower. A mysterious puzzle tower.
I just heard a mysterious tower.
No, I didn't say puzzle tower, but I told you guys along the way it's a puzzle tower.
I don't remember that.
We just need somebody proficient in insight.
I'm proficient in insight.
So then make a goddamn insight check to figure it out.
Well, that's if he's that type of DM. Some type of DMs will go, no, you have to figure out the riddle.
Did you try?
I want to make an insight check to see if
You're gonna have. Everyone's gonna
to
have to
see
wait
if-
checks until I get this typed up. Patience.
I didn't know you were typing it.
You asked me to. You guys.
I didn't
And
ask
it
you to do
says
that.
the stranger is typing.
I wasn't
It does.
looking at my screen.
But if he's typing, isn't that kind of the point to look at the screen?
I didn't know he was typing because I was looking at a freaking blue and red police light flashing.
Oh, who goes there?
It's me, Moxie. Why? What do you want?
I was actually talking to my roommate, sorry.
Hold on.
I would have kept on walking, but the bridge started to sink, and to me, that's what's going to click off the damn boulder thing. The bridge is probably the clicking mechanism.
We can't know that. It might just be, it's a weak bridge.
Yeah, like those ones in Mario that fall as soon as you step on them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Thule, roll me an insight check.
Come on through.
$16.
You realize having all 3 on the bridge lowers it, but maybe if you have all 3 but only hold 2 while switching the weight between all 3 might work.
Oh, this is a me puzzle. Let me juggle them all the way across.
Not a dwarf, Moxie.
I don't think it matters that you're a dwarf, dude. I'm
Well,
a goddamn juggler.
If you want to try it, go ahead. I ain't a fucking juggler.
Wait,
I also said that I could have my familiar carry one across.
Do you
To
want
be
to try
fair,
that?
the riddle does say man. It doesn't say dwarf.
I mean, I did pick up the
Yeah, but Moxie isn't a
thing and
man.
tried to cross, and it wouldn't let me cross.
With that attitude, she's not.
Okay, hold on, guys. Okay. I heard 3 plans right now. Thule wants to carry 2 over while a familiar carries it. Moxie wants to juggle it. Aggro, what did you want to do?
I was saying, like, I already tried to carry it with the pedestal, and it wouldn't let me go through.
Okay.
I think it has to be a dwarf.
So,
Well, we can always let Moxie try, and test that theory.
I like the Moxie plan. Let's try that.
Make sure he's juggling them though before he attempt. Make sure he. Well, no, I guess they always reset himself, but
Juggle. All
So,
right, start
Moxie.
juggling. Let's go.
I need you to
Go
do me a
circus
performance check.
can I put a mustache on him for my disguise kit first?
No.
Seconded. Yes, mustache. We need it for science.
I don't need a mustache.
So, Moxie, please
I
do a
think
performance
you
check.
It gives you double proficiency. Oh boy.
Okay. You start slowly, you kind of fumble a little bit, but you're able to recover fast enough, and you start your way towards the bridge. The bridge kind of fluctuates in the weight, but it doesn't sink lower than that. About midway, I need you to do another performance check.
1. Campaign's ended.
Okay, you're able to balance a lot more as you make your way past the halfway mark. The boulders, the little device that's holding it, starts to lower, raise, and you notice like every time there's more weight added to you, the bridge lowers closer to the water, and this sort of magical like electricity starts zapping towards the sides, inside to where the boulders are being held. You start making your way further across the bridge. I need you to do me one more performance check.
This is some Jack and Daxter shit. I like this.
Everybody cross your fingers.
Oh,
No!
Okay.
oh damn.
Can I? I don't know if this would be allowed, just because this is a game.
Can I take a bonus action to use my mage hand to save it?
Hold on.
And or if that doesn't work, I was going to send Coda in case if it was just one ball falling, for Coda to catch the ball and put it back in the juggling rotation. But either or.
Why couldn't you have used Coda to take one of the balls across in the first place?
I said that.
Oh, okay.
We just
Several
never
times.
tried it.
My
Thule?
way is much more theatrical.
Thule, high or low?
Hi.
Okay. The moment you try to send Coda onto the bridge, it's repelled. Moxie, high or low?
Hi.
You're able to get all 3 orbs across the bridge, but the boulders are released, and I need you to do me an acrobatics check before the boulders crush your leg.
An acrobatics check or a reflex save?
That'd be acrobatics, because I don't think there's a reflex save in 5th edition.
Or dex save?
You dropped all 3 balls on the other side. You're trying to
Okay.
dodge afterwards. Like, you dropped them all, but you're far enough past the midpoint of the bridge. And
14.
your foot is literally right where the boulders meet. The boulders are so large, 100-foot, would it be diameter or radius? Anyway, these entire boulders crush the
big.
bridge.
Hi.
And your foot is just right touching one now.
Exactly, aggro. Phew.
But you
Put
have
the-
all 3 across
Put the
side.
frickin' put them in the holes.
Yes, before my Discord decides to disconnect again, I'm going to stick the orbs in the holes.
Okay. The moment you do, the door lowers, and you see a dwarven man, sort of spectral form, in front of you. Well, it's about bloody time. He pulls a lever, and the boulders rise. The bridge reforms, and pulls out a little bit more so it's straight. You can tell your friends to hurry up now. We got a lot more fun to do.
Moxie will whistle at the rest of the group and motion for them to hurry their asses up.
Is that well, I can't remember his last name. Is that Bronzebeard from Warcraft?
I don't
If
think
it's,
so.
By the way, I always hated your missions. No, in Warcraft, there's a dwarf who's an archaeologist who has a Scottish accent, who is always like has missions like that where he's like, "Oh, we got to go do this stuff. Let's go!" And they go through the whole entire dungeon with you.
But yeah,
Okay,
Moxie was
talk
actually
while
right on
running,
how to
come on.
solve this, by the way.
What?
Moxie was right on how to solve this.
Talk and run at the same time. Come on. I know you got short little legs, but you can move them. Let's go.
I'm running across.
Why couldn't my familiar carry it across? It doesn't weigh anything.
There was one person already on the bridge.
It's not on the bridge.
There was
on the
already one
bridge.
person on the bridge.
Again, that's the other reason why I hate riddles. It wasn't on the bridge. Riddles are too rigid.
All right.
Could I not have just picked up the pedestal and walked across? That would
The weight of all 3 orbs would have been on the bridge,
And you would have thrown your back out.
and you would have thrown your back out. So basically, you would have actually not only thrown your back out, but probably been crushed by 2 giant boulders and died.
This is scratch.
And good thing that Moxie made his character selection because none of us can juggle.
I don't know if you do a performance check.
I was hoping since I was, I'd been a juggler at the circus, you'd let me use my sleight of hand to do it, but no.
No.
I would have asked for I would have pulled some Patrick Rothfuss bullshit and asked for advantage.
All right.
Performer
So
either.
basically, I do want to point out the bag of holding would be a bad idea because the orbs would have exploded.
What?
Oh, and then the bag would have exploded because magical items explode. And, magical explosions are bad, and we all would have died.
Yeah, no, your bag would have been fine. It's just the orbs would have exploded in retaliation to being cheated.
It's not cheating, it's thinking outside the box.
You're in a tower built by a
bag
crazy
is-
dwarf, and the first room has 2 giant boulders on a bridge that is very specific on the laws in this tower.
There's no such thing as cheating in riddles, Brett. There's only thinking of other answers.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
try
as-
that ray of
As
destruction.
the rest of the group decides to argue with people, I'm gonna go into the next room.
All right, this next room
Follow Moxie.
is a relatively small room. There is a table, a set of dice,
Oh, fuck. Oh.
and the same dwarven spirit sitting in a chair next to a door. He tells you this. Thank you for trying out my new model. Honestly, it's been a few thousand years since I got this beauty finished. It's a beautiful weapon, yeah. But, again, a few thousand years before anyone could actually try it out, so I appreciate you testing out my perfect weapon. What's your name?
Your perfect weapon? My name's Moxie.
Yes, me perfect weapon. This tower
Your
is
tower is a
unbeatable.
weapon?
It is designed to kill the unworthy.
Cool, I found your
We're
tower.
the wrong people to. We're the wrong people to be in this tower. Then
Yep.
But I will make a promise to you all this. I, in my goddess's name, am a great crafter. I have the ability, or had the ability before I died, to rework any magical item, reformat, reshape it to my own will. At the top of this tower is my old forge, with one last spark in it. Maybe 2, I was drunk, I can't remember. But, make it to the top of my tower, you can use my forge.
Oh boy.
There are 10
So-
more puzzles to solve.
So 9 more.
10 more puzzles to solve.
No, you said there's 10 puzzles. We already solved one, that means 9.
10 more puzzles to solve. That was just the entrance,
So-
not the actual tower itself.
so what's with?
You were saying something, Thul?
What's with the spear on the table?
The map and the dice?
Oh, I thought you said there was a spear. Or saying, thanks for trying out my weapon.
The tower is his weapon.
Oh, I thought he said what? Oh, did you say sphere or spear? Because I heard you said there was a spear on the table.
No,
Spirit.
spirit.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, what is the puzzle of this room?
Well, before we get to that, he hits a button, and this weird-looking contraption appears behind him, to the left of him. All the table and the dice are to the right. This vending machine of sorts appears. If y'all need some hidden potions and stuff like that, each time one of you completes a puzzle, I'll reward you. Little lass, press a button.
Yes.
Roll me
Press
a
a button.
D12. Nice. Out pops 4 red bottles. Well, excuse me, 5 red bottles. Small red bottles, and these are very familiar. It's minor healing potions.
Cool.
So 2d4 plus 4.
I'll take one.
What? You can ask or pay for it.
You didn't put tokens or anything into it.
But the price
That
is what
was
the
for
high.
me solving the room. You can't take my shit for me doing my job.
We're gonna solve it together, Moxie.
That's
I-
not proper division of labor.
It looks like you just did.
Yeah.
So I would like to point out there are about 50 different puzzles in the tower, and you only have to do 10 more.
Let me guess. We roll those dice to decide which puzzle comes up.
You must be the smart one. Claps slowly.
That's debatable.
Roll the dice on the table, and the map will form and change to go into the next puzzle.
What type of dice is it?
D50.
Is it 6-siders? Oh,
It's literally a 50-sided
that's a big dice.
Yes. I never said these were small dice.
Well, there are D100s.
There are.
I used to have one. 8.
Ooh, not that room. That one's a fun puzzle there. Alright. He goes over to the map, touches it, and this light forms out of his hands. And after a moment, you hear some grinding, some thuds, some... Oh, god damn it, hold on. The gear's stuck. He phases to the wall. You hear a clank, 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 clank. Comes back out. Okay, the room is all set. I will warn you. You might get pissed off at my puzzles. I have certain enchantments in place where you can't destroy certain objects, you can't pass the room unless you solve the puzzle completely. If you try to cheat, something bad will happen. If you try to, you can leave anytime you want, and you completely forfeit your claim on the prize up top. But, yeah, have fun. He pulls another lever and the door opens.
I walk into the next room.
Alright. Thule walks in.
Yeah.
Aggro walks in.
I follow through.
Right behind Aggro.
Kaz walks behind Aggro. Dax, Moxie, Briar.
Yes.
You guys walking into the next room?
Yes.
Okay. Did Moxie go mute again?
No, I'm fine. I'm just, I'll walk into the room.
Okay, and I'm assuming Yala and Briar are as well. I think Briar's with the customer.
Yeah, Briar's on auto follow.
And after a moment, after entering the doorway, you arrive into this long hallway that has another door at the end. And he's like, "Don't worry, this is just the connection way. There's no, just go straight down. No puzzle here, just the connection." What do you guys do?
Go into the next puzzle room.
Yeah. Just gonna keep walking.
Okay. I need everyone to roll me.
Moxie's gonna make a perception check in the hallway.
Okay, make a perception check.
How about a natural 20?
It's a hallway. I was just about to fuck with you guys and not do anything serious, but it's literally just a hallway that connects to the next room. You do see.
Wow.
I will say though, you do see like carvings of the 7 gods leading into this room, like in the walls, like different carvings and different representations of them. Defina is the one that is more predominant, so I think you might want to get a little DM slide here, but his goddess that he worships is Defina. She is a goddess of forge, by the way. Creation, art.
Didn't you say knowledge too?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, she is like an inventor's god if they're aligned with good. You guys enter the room, and you see these 7 giant statues in the distance. I need everyone to roll me a perception check. And Moxie, because you had the natural 20, you have advantage on this. Agro just noticed 7 statues. Kaz noticed just 7 statues.
Ah, fuck.
Thule, you notice a little bit more. And
So 20, not natural on my advantage roll.
yep,
Oh shit.
and a natural 20 for Dax. And Brian. Okay, so Thule, you notice that there is this floor. This room is weird. It's actually the 3 of you, both Moxie, Dax, and Thule, notice that the 7 statues. There's tiles leading to all of them in the form of a square, like some branching off parts, but Moxie and Dax notice there are certain letters carved in the stones. Dax, what you notice more than anyone else is there's a bunch of random objects scattered on the sides where you guys just came from. All of them glisten with gems, jewels, some scrolls, some statuesque type food, a lot of weird shaped statues, jewelry, and stuff like that.
Does Dax or Moxie reveal this information?
I absolutely do that. We need all the info that we can get.
I already think I already know. I look up at the statues. You said there were 7 of them. Are they the 7 gods?
Make a religion check.
Hey, Brett.
Hello.
Even though I have a shitty perception roll, do I see the statues?
Oh yeah, you saw the statues too.
Do they look anything like what Alabaster was fucking around with?
No.
Natural 20.
Yeah, they're the gods. They're the dwarven.
And I
versions
walk
of the
around
gods.
the square. What?
They're the dwarven versions of what the gods look like. The mountain dwarves.
And do I look on the letters on the ground? Do they correspond with the gods? Like, is there a H for Hucknar, a D for Delphina, or whatever the dwarven equivalent of that is?
You see all the letters, like they're every letter you can think of is scattered all over the place.
No, but you said there's these little letters on certain tiles.
No, not certain tiles. There's letters all over the tiles. It's
Well, anyways, what I am saying is, it's like one of those little sliding piece puzzles. Basically, what I'm trying to ask you, and I'll roll an insight if you want, is we basically have to put the statues, we have to slide them to where Hucknar is on H and Delphina is on D, and
these statues are too
most
large to move.
Are there any devices that look like you could make them move?
No. But that dwarf from before comes up and drops one item on the ground. One of you kind of left this in that last room, but I'm nice enough to at least give your party one hint throughout this entire tower. Use that ticket there, and you are instantly given the information you need to solve a puzzle. Or ways around the puzzle, or techniques to solve a puzzle. 1 second. The ghost coughs. Ghostly cough. By the way, the sponsor is totally not sponsored by Mountain Dew Ice, which should totally sponsor me.
Do any of the items look like they could correspond with the gods to hold?
You have to do a religion check.
That nat 20 didn't count for nothing.
He just asked if those statues look like gods.
12.
They might be.
Well, I ask
Excuse me.
certain of the people here that are more religious than I if they notice any significantness between the items and the statues. Thul's not a religious man.
Alright. Before you continue with these questions, the dwarf says, well, I say, it's getting late and I have to work in the morning. So, before anything else is done and said, I'm going to end the session right here.
No.
I have to walk to work tomorrow because my bike has a flat tire again. So yes. I'm sorry, but yes.
Okay, it's all right. At least you weren't sick this week.
Right?
Right.
Anyway. You guys actually... I told Kaz at work today that if you guys were able to beat 2 of my puzzles before we ended the session, I was going to do something nice for you guys, but sadly, only 1. Just want to say.
Well, it's not like we even have time to beat 2 puzzles.
I know. I tried to speed it up a little bit at the beginning, but you guys wanted to join the reception.
Didn't do anything. Okay.
Anyway, next week we actually start the full puzzle tower. I'm actually really excited. I've been working on this for months. Months of torturous puzzle development and talking to my friends and figuring out little things. But, yeah. Get ready, because you guys are going to hate me a lot more next week. And I hope we actually have Emily, so you do need all 7 for certain puzzles.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, guys.
Do you have anything new if we have 20 perk points?
Oh, we'll solve that out. We'll deal with that after the end of the session. But I want to thank everyone.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone who plays. You guys are awesome. Anyone who ends up watching this, you guys are awesome. Look forward to having more people in the arena. Next session, we're going to have some D&D tag and a monster hunt. Also, we're going to be using some HeroScape tiles. Try to get a more visual aspect of it. Pretty cool. But, yeah. As always, my name is Brett. Stay nerdy. And we'll all talk to y'all and play games next week. Bye!
Bye.
Bye. That's lame. I need to work on better closing. I do. Bye.